here's a funny thing. I had some composting to do, and I'm at my husband's work. To go find a 90020 or a 920 tire. I said, okay, no problem. He said, oh, don't worry about it. There's going to be a pile of tires. You're not going to know what to look for. You'll have to look through every single one of them. Guess what? Okay, there's 2 rows here. There's a stack of 3 here. There's another pile here. And there's still another pile over there. I'm here, so I'm going to look. But holy cow. I just got over 2 bouts of poison ivy, and this is all in the woods. At least there's some nice berries to eat. I gotta see if I can find a 90020 tire. I found a 1020 right here. Don't need that. So the funny thing that I've noticed a lot lately since I've been going to work at the house is the donation centers like Goodwill, Volunteers America, a lot of them were closed and not taking any donations, or they're only taking donations by appointment. So people are just putting stuff out by the road for free. They're putting free signs on it, or they're just leaving it out there in the trash just to pick it up. So in this little town that I'm working on the house, trash pickup is on Monday. So when I show up to work on Monday, Monday night, Tuesday morning, there's stuff out by the road that the garbage man didn't take. And with city ordinances, things don't stay there very long. It's either gone and picked up by somebody driving by who wants to have it, or they have cleaned it up and thrown it in their dumpster for pickup for next week. If it's in the dumpster, they'll take it. If it's beyond your dumpster capacity, they don't. So I took him home a couple of spare tires, and of course, wouldn't you know, I got poison ivy. Well, I'm over all the poison ivy now. My gosh, between getting tires, picking up sticks, I think I've had poison ivy 4 times, all on my arms, every single time. So also, because of everything that's going on in the world with the situation, people are not having as many yard sales. Well, we do a fair amount of yard sailing, but when the kids are with me, I never go to yard sales very much, just because it's hard to keep track of the kids. You also end up saying yes to them to buy junk of toys that they don't need, that you don't want back at your house in the first place. I remember last year I stopped at a yard sale, and this guy parked in my blind spot, and I don't think I hit his car. I stopped, I checked out like my vehicle, and there was no damage to my car or anything like that, no damage to his car, but my God, if it was any closer, I would have lost like taillight lenses on both of our cars. And at that yard sale, my kids were talking to the people, and she talked them into buying a soda stream. Pop or soda is the last thing my kids need. 5 kids in the house is chaos enough without all the caffeine and sugar. We were in the car driving down the road, and I asked the kids, so what was it you bought from the lady? They paid $5 for this soda stream. You buy pure sugar syrup, and you hook it up on your countertop with some other stuff, and you get soda at home. So sometimes yard sales are good, sometimes they're bad, but I will tell you I've been stopping at the Goodwill store that is the halfway point between my house and the house that I'm working on, and I have been looking for things to help stage the house instead of hiring a stager to do it. So I picked up some lamps, some lampshades, a little bit of like side tables, I've got some replacement doorknobs, things like that. And the lady told me most of the things that they're getting brought in are from their collection centers that are distributing centers for the Goodwill. They're not actually getting drop-off donations from customers. So if I see something by the side of the road, I stop and I pick it up. Because if I can't use it, maybe somebody else in my family can. Well, it wasn't 10 minutes ago, I saw a record player on the side of the road, and my son is super huge into vinyl records right now. And my mother-in-law had saved all of the vinyl records from like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. So he found some Ghostbuster soundtracks, some old Johnny Cash. I saw some Marie and Donny Osmond mixed in there with some Snoopy records and some neat things. I've got an old Strawberry Shortcake record on the wall in my closet that was just, you know, a thing that I had hung on to through the years. Well, you know what? The record player that Grandma had in storage needed a needle, and I could not find one locally anywhere, and the one I just picked up had spare needles. So one way or another, he's going to get one of them running today. summer that the boys grew out of, and they were willing to pay me $40. So that's just super, because when I got it, I put in a new hand brake and new inner tubes. So, you know, we've probably got 20 bucks into it, and they offered me 40. So I just think that's super. So when I was talking about getting free things on the side of the road and discount thrift shopping, Bethany picked up this bike. I picked it up at the Goodwill for $7. I looked it up online. Walmart had this. It's a Schwinn Jasmine bike, and Walmart had this bike for $124. It's still available in other colors at other stores, but it ranged anywhere from, you know, $100 to $125. $7 at the thrift store, and it did not even need new tubes. She needed air in the back tire, and she's on her way. So she's moving up from a 12-inch bike to a 16-inch bike. We'll watch you. You gonna do some golfing? Oh, shuffleboard. Good job. And on my way home last night, a non-free thing, I did pick up the stars at the Goodwill store, and so I'm painting them. This is my inspiration. This color of this pot I just thought was so pretty. So I picked up a can of this Rust-Oleum Turquoise Sky. It's a little light, but as it's drying, it's looking a little darker. I wanted to go with like a 50s vintage retro color. I might go a shade darker, I'm not real sure, but I got 2 matching chairs with it. So follow through to the end so you can see how they turn out. So my table and chairs turned out really good. I think it's wonderful. Trey thinks it's nice. And I used, on a very windy day, 3 cans of this for the 2 chairs, the side table. I did the back sides, I did the underside of the table. I just didn't do the underside of the seat. And I had 2 decorative stars that I'm going to hang on the wall also. So these were a little higher price than I normally pay because I got them at the supermarket. I think they were $3.99 a can. And the original color I was going to do was like $4.25 a can for a slightly darker shade. When I first started putting this on, I thought it looked too green. There was a lighter shade that was definitely more on the green side than the Robin's Egg Blue. I think they turned out really good. So that just goes to show I'm going to pick up 1 more can of paint. I'm going to end up having $16 in paint in this, and it was on my way home already. There was no loss of time or fuel or anything like that because I was already on my way home. So free things are good. Keep going out there thrifting. Don't forget to do some garbage picking every now and then. It's good for the soul. One man's junk is always another man's treasure, and I'd say this is quite the treasure. The lady said she wouldn't trust them. She thought they were bad and rusty. I scraped them. I used the wire wheel. I used the wire brush, and they are not rusted through in any way. She just had some rusted off flaking paint. So good deal. They're not super vintage, but they're probably from the 80s. They're probably from the 80s or even 90s. They're not that old, but they sure do look great, and this color gave them the good vintage feel that I was looking for. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.